I'm sometimes like a hurricane, so
Ain't it the truth?
I'm sorry about that.
Don't be sorry. Wait.
What?
You don't need to be sorry for that. It's one of the things that I love about you.
Is that I'm a hurricane?
Yeah.
All right, I'm a himicane. You're the hurricane.
What's a oh, you're a hurricane. Okay. Very good. Oh, Betty, don't go out with him. He's a himicane.
He's a himicane. He's a total himicane.
I like himicanes.
Well, you're nuts. Because he's a disaster. He blows through and then he's gone.
La la la. Oh, where are we, Al?
Where do you, we're at. I have to wait a minute. I wrote it down here. Mexican festival.
Arriva.
You can hear the festival's going on in the background.
It's going on.
There is a festival here.
It's happening.
There's dancing girls.
There they are.
There's the dancing girls.
And you don't have to tip them at all.
Yeah.
You can just watch.
There's a
patrons.
football game going on here.
And I see Yankees off in the distance.
Yankees.
They're not in town.
Oh.
We thought we might try to get a ticket for Harry, but they're not here.
I thought they're here this weekend. The Yankees.
I looked it up. I think they're not.
Oh. Okay. All right. I thought they were here, but I mean, getting tickets now is ludicrous.
No, well, we were going to try to use our connections.
Yeah.
Our 6 degrees of separation from people who have tickets and people who don't.
Right, because Thule has connections.
And we don't. Yeah. Well, our daughter.
We have no connections
She has
at
connections.
all. Yeah, people in education don't have box seats to the Yankees
No,
game.
and we don't know people who have box seats.
We don't. No one has box seats.
None.
Don't we know anyone that's wealthy? We know.
We know wealthy people, but they don't have box seats to the Yankees.
Yeah.
Maybe the Mets. I mean, but our friend Paul, who's
All box seats.
I know he would never do that. He
Excuse
would never
me.
do it.
Excuse
no, it's
me.
someone
I'm
who
laughing.
you have to get someone who works for a corporation.
Yeah. Get someone who's not so
cheap. Or someone
cheap.
who's, yeah. I think it's the companies though that buy those, like.
I guess the company buys it and then they give it out to as perks.
Yeah.
To
something
to
like
people.
that. I don't know.
Right.
Thule knows people. She knows. I mean, our daughters.
So it's the beginning of the school year, and I don't know, and I'm kind of tired already. It's kind of my energy is down.
Yeah.
I know you seem okay, but
I'm okay. I'm just I'm conserving my it's going to get harder as it goes forward, I know.
And I don't know if you looked at
I really haven't even started teaching lessons yet.
Yeah.
We've just been doing kind of it's the first week, it's the third day today. We've been doing like fun games, community building games, and my summer vacation project and things like that. First day of school project.
I know, it just seems like there's so much going on.
With our lives?
Yeah, I mean, if you look, I have to share the calendar with you.
It makes me tired when we think about our lives. Really tired.
We have dinners, and we have we just came back from a conference. And,
yeah. You seem a little quiet to me.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
No, but I mean, like, you're usually
here.
Hotter.
Here.
Your voice is usually hotter.
My voice is hot.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's your headset.
My headset was down.
Was cool.
Okay, got it.
I had to warm up your headset.
I bet.
So I see someone's kind of looking through the window and saying, "Oh, what's going on?"
Yeah,
right there, that guy there. Hi. Come in, say hello.
We're waving.
Who knows? Who knows what's going on? I don't know what's going on with you. You don't know what's going on with us. Yeah.
Alan's having a whole conversation.
With someone outside the
With
window
someone
here at, wait a minute, let me look it up here. At
Mexican Festival.
Mexican Festival, right.
Mexican Festival is a great
I know, I
restaurant
was-
on 103rd and Broadway. They have
103rd,
really good,
102nd and Broadway.
really good margaritas.
If they go to 103rd and Broadway,
102nd and Broadway. I
they're
said 102nd.
going to go to a laundromat.
Bar Crawl Radio.
Yeah. Here, we'll throw you a card.
No, don't throw.
I'm going to throw a card.
Don't throw. Someone was
Yeah.
looking. Don't throw a card.
Oh, all
Oh
right.
my God! You just like, I have to train you all the
That's
time.
how I was kicked out of the lunchroom at Benjamin Franklin Elementary School.
I heard, yeah.
I did a silly thing like that, and then I had to go home.
And you got punished, whereas other people probably would have gotten away with it, right?
I think, yeah, but I didn't mind because they sent me home to my mother, who made lunch every.
I know, great
every-
lunch
for a week.
with mom at home.
I said, like, don't send me back to the
I said,
cafeteria.
no, don't punish me anymore.
Right. And we lived a half a block from the school, so
yeah.
it was really delightful.
Oh yeah. So your punishment was that you didn't have to eat cafeteria
I
food.
didn't have
for
to
a
eat cafeteria
week.
food. No, actually, I didn't have to eat food with wilted lettuce.
Yeah. Well, that's
You know, the
that's
tuna fish sandwich, you always
that's-
put lettuce in it that would wilt and it would come out rubbery.
Cafeteria food is code for just that. Everybody knows that's what
Yeah.
it is. And Jell-O, upon request.
Right. Well, I always wanted the cafeteria food, but Mom would make us sandwiches.
Oh, you mean you would take your own food?
Yeah, so she'd make tuna fish
Oh,
sandwich.
so you didn't. Oh, so eating mom's sandwich at school or
Right,
at home?
right.
I see.
And then her favorite thing that she wanted to make was tongue sandwiches.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, that's just
Did you
ridiculous.
Did you like it?
No, pickled tongue sandwich.
I've never had it.
Oh God, and it's
I've
like if
never
you
had
look
it.
at the edge of it,
I
at the
don't
edge of the
know.
meat, you can see the little
I'm
taste
plugging my
buds from the
ears.
cow. Oh
I'm
God,
plugging my ears. I
the
don't
thought
wanna-
of it is making me
Stop.
really
Ugh.
tongue sandwiches. And then we have what was it, like liverwurst sandwiches?
I like liverwurst.
Oh,
You don't like liverwurst?
I don't think I liked it. It was
I
like
like liver-
mushy meat.
Well, I like pate.
It was like
I guess pate
peanut
is
butter
different.
meat. Like you spread it on.
Yeah,
the,
I know, but I actually
Well, good.
like it.
I'm gonna make you one. I'm gonna make you a liverwurst
Yeah,
sandwich.
with onion
Onion.
and some kind of. But you have to something like pickly
I
sharp.
don't know. I guess I'm so hungry. It's like
I am too.
even that sounds good. So we were at. This is Barcrow Radio, by the way.
Barco Radio.
Just in case people don't know, this is Barcrow
We're
Radio.
at Mexican Festival on 102nd and Broadway.
Mes-
Great Mexican
and we're at
restaurant. Good food.
Mexican festival, right? Not Mexicana Festivaliano. Lara was here, the manager, and I
That's
said,
not Spanish.
I said Festival Mexicana, and she went, no, it's
Get the name right.
It's wait, I'm looking it up.
Mexican
Festival. Right. So we're going to say it a number of times.
It's like an event.
Right. When I called her the other day to say, can we broadcast here? Can we record here?
Yeah.
She said,
She was upset.
No one. Yeah, a little. She said, none of your listeners
Came to Mexican
I said,
Festival.
we heard about you on Barcrow Radio. Right, and I said, oh, well,
Okay,
we'll
I know.
make sure to tell
This
them.
is what we have to do, Alan.
Yeah.
We have to tell our family and friends.
Yeah.
Look, we'll buy you a drink.
We'll buy you
Go
a
into
drink.
Mexican Festival
And tell them,
say, I heard
We
about
heard
you.
about you on Barcrow Radio.
Exactly.
Right.
I
And-
think we should do that with all of the restaurants, all of the bars.
Okay, so can we make an offer that if anyone comes in and says, we heard about you on
Drinks are
Barcrow
on
Radio,
us.
the drinks are on us.
Drinks are on Alan.
Yeah, now try to find me.
Drinks are on Barcrow Radio.
Right, they're on me. And
If
in
you
fact-
can
in fact,
find
I'll buy
us.
your dinner. Right, just come in and say, yeah, we heard about you on Barcrow Radio.
Exactly.
Right, and we'll order like well, one of everything.
There you go.
Right.
And it's all on
oh,
Alan.
Oh yeah. By the way, Lara wanted me to tell her. Well, Monday is half price appetizer, and Thursday we're here on Thursday.
We had a shrimp appetizer last time we were here. It was
It's
very
good.
good.
The food is
the
very
food
good
is
here.
good.
And
yeah.
the margaritas
And the
good.
margaritas are really good.
I'm having a nice IPA, and Thursday, which is today,
I'm having mine with Patron though. I made
you
sure
get
the tequila was
all the ladies, just the ladies,
just the ladies.
get a margarita with an entree,
Nice.
and then later today there's a karaoke.
Later
so-
this evening.
So hi. So later this evening they'll have a karaoke. So it gets pretty jumping here
Yeah.
at the Festival Mexicano.
You think the karaoke is?
No, I'm sorry. Mexican Festival.
That's
I did
not
that on
hard,
purpose.
Alan.
I know it's not hard.
It's not hard.
But that's my
Mexican
brain.
Festival is not hard.
That's
But
my brain.
Do you think that they do a karaoke in Spanish or in English? Because they're playing Spanish
I couldn't even do it in
songs.
English, so
well, people who can do it.
I'm sure they just do a karaoke. That'd be
Like I guess you request.
that would leave off many Upper West Siders.
It's. I guess it's like a
Yeah,
right.
right.
What
And
is it? A program.
and then Thursday, September 12th. That's today. From 7 to 9, they have $6 Pacifico pints. We gotta stay.
I know. Yeah. Right.
mean-
What'd you order? What is that?
I ordered an Ithaca IPA.
Okay. Because you gotta get your IPA.
We haven't gotten to what we
I'm
came
having
here
a
for.
but we also have to say that Becky's drinking a margarita with Patron.
Yeah, how much does that cost?
It was $25, honey.
Ay,
And I'm getting
God,
another
well,
one.
But you can just get the what is it, the
It
bar.
gives me a headache. I'm sorry.
Oh, the Patron doesn't.
No.
Yeah, I think it's all, as they say, in your head.
Okay, whatever.
It's in your head.
You haven't felt my headaches. Next time I have a headache, you're gonna feel it.
So where were we this weekend, sweetie?
We were in Atlantic City.
Yes, at Ochre,
At Ochre?
Ocean City Resort.
Oh,
Casino.
Ocean. Yeah, Ocean.
Or no, Orc. I called it Orc.
It's
Ocean Resort Casino.
yeah,
Orc.
and it looks like as you're driving up, it's a big
Huge.
behemoth.
Big.
It's the biggest hotel I've ever been in.
It's humongous.
I mean, you have to walk.
we didn't
I
know
think-
we didn't know where the entrance was.
I think I walked about 6 miles just in the hotel.
Just to get to the desk where we checked in.
Get to the desk, then to get to where the meeting rooms are, and then
Yeah.
at one point
And
we had to go through the casino.
Well, we weren't there for the casino. We weren't there for gambling.
No,
And
not that we would
I-
ever gamble.
I do want to talk about the gambling. We were there for the Mid-Atlantic Podcast Conference,
Yes.
which is changing its name to the Indie Pod Conference. So they're now going to be Independent
The
Podcast
Independent
Conference.
Podcast Conference,
But
so
up to this
Indie Pod.
point, for the last 5 years, they've been the MapCon,
Which is the
Mid-Atlantic
Mid-Atlantic Podcast Conference.
And I guess that sounded too regional, so they wanted to be the Independent Podcast
They're opening it up.
Conference.
They want everyone in the world to know that if you're a podcaster and you're interested in this, or if you
Come.
want to be a podcaster, come.
Come
No
to it.
matter where you are.
Come to Atlantic City and
Right.
come to our conference.
Right. And the hotel was really nice. It was very luxurious,
And we were there as the hurricane was coming up the coast.
which was cool.
Yeah. I went out on Friday. We got there Thursday night. I went
Right.
out on Friday before the conference started.
Yeah, it was
And,
very exciting.
It was. I walked down to the beach because we're right on the boardwalk, Atlantic Boardwalk.
Right.
Atlantic City
Atlantic
Boardwalk.
City.
And I walked down onto the beach, and the waves were coming in and crashing. I got up onto a pier, like a jetty, and the wind almost blew me over. It was quite exciting.
I
Quite
know.
exciting.
I know. It was.
And then we went into the conference,
But when I was walking,
and it wasn't so exciting. But anyway, that's
It was interesting though.
no, it was interesting.
It was
One of
very
the things,
interesting.
yeah.
But wait, I wanted to
Go
say,
ahead. Yeah,
I wanted
go
to
ahead.
add something about
Go,
that.
babe.
The
Don't make me stop you.
the hurricane.
Yeah.
I was walking, I don't know, it was a break or something, and I was going back to the room, walking through the lobby,
Yeah.
and the wind was blowing so hard there was a really loud
I'm going to put the
whistling
background of
sound.
the wind in the background.
Did you get it from inside the lobby? At that point when it was at, I think its height, it was higher than that. It was just a steady, no, it wasn't soft. It was like a loud whistle that was resonating throughout
That's
the
the best I could
and
do.
it was a huge, huge hotel. So it was amazing.
I think it's pretty good.
And they had all of it was the hotel was on lockdown. You couldn't go outside.
Couldn't go outside. Well,
they had the
you
doors
could go
locked,
out.
and
You
they
could go
had.
out.
Well, you went out in the morning, but later in the afternoon. Well,
They didn't lock you into the hotel.
you could. I know you could.
That's
get
illegal.
You could find your way out.
Yeah.
I know. But the doors that would normally open to their outdoor spaces were closed, and things were put in front of them. Just saying.
Yep. It was quite
feel
quite
like you're
exciting.
upstaging me.
And I was filling in the background and describing what you were talking about with the doors slamming.
And it was very. It's very
Well,
distracting.
it was a hurricane.
It was a hurricane.
Yeah. And I'm sometimes like a hurricane, so
Ain't it the truth?
I'm sorry about that. I mean, one of the things we're going
Don't
to be
be
talking
sorry. Wait.
about. What?
Let's go back. You don't need to be sorry for that. It's one of the things that I love about you.
Is that I'm a hurricane?
Yeah.
All right, I'm a hurricane. You're the hurricane.
What's a oh, you're a hurricane. Okay. Very good. Very good.
Yeah, I just thought
I
of that.
think you've just coined a new word.
A
You've created a
hurricane.
new word, a hurricane.
Right. Well, they used to name hurricanes after women all the time.
Oh,
Now
Betty, don't go out with him. He's a hurricane.
He's a hurricane. He's a total hurricane.
I like hurricanes.
Well, you're nuts. Because he's a disaster. He blows through and then he's gone.
Okay, so what's your takeaway
All right, we're going
from the conference?
From the conference, I had several of them, but I think
I'm sure you did.
the one that I'm going to practice today is be yourself. So there was several people were saying
Right, be authentic.
they would
that
get
was
up,
a theme.
be yourself.
You could say that was a theme. That's a kind of a theme of podcasters.
I know, but I'm not. I'm always kind of trying to be a little careful. You are trying to be really careful. Me, I'm not so careful.
I am j'accuse. I'm accused of being too careful.
Yeah, you're being
Well,
careful. You like to take care of people.
I don't like to
You want to take care of the
offend.
restaurant.
I don't wanna
You want to make
offend.
sure that we're not overdoing our stay.
I don't want to say
And
anything
I don't
unkind
care.
about anyone from China ever again.
Ah, that's one of your
They stopped
takeaways.
listening to us.
I know.
Those 11 people from China stopped listening to
I
us.
thought it was 6.
It was 11, and we accused them of working for the government, and now they're gone. Like it was like, zoop, they were wiped. It wasn't like it went down to 2 people,
It was like nothing.
like nothing.
that says
It's
something.
like this. It sounds like this.
I have to turn I'll turn the sound on and put up crickets. I'll if I can find the sound of crickets. Well, I'll tell you, all you people who stopped listening in Mexico, of course you're not listening now, so you're not going to hear
There's
this.
2 people in Mexico that listen to us.
All right, you tell the other 9, right? The 2 that are listening.
No, that was China. You mean all those people who stopped listening to us in China?
In China, right?
Okay.
All right. Was anyone listening to us in a country close to China? Because then they can let them know. North Korea.
No.
Because I was going to offer, we will buy dinner for you if you just mention VCR at Festival Mexicana,
Yeah.
No,
if
you meant
okay.
Mexican festival.
There's some people listening to us from Israel. How close is that to China?
It's closer than we are.
Oh well, if you have friends in, maybe just tell all your Chinese friends. That VCR is very sorry. He didn't mean to insult you. It could have been 11 expats who just.
All right. I'm going to be myself. I was really pissed at one of the speakers at MapCon.
Oh wait. Let me
No,
think.
you know which one. I mean, I talked
Let
about
me
him to you.
think.
Oh, my
yeah,
God.
I know. But we're not going to say any names, right?
I'm not going to say names, but he's a firefighter.
Well.
No, everyone at MapCon knew who it is.
You
and I
felt
think everyone
like he
agreed
was
with
a
me.
peacock.
I'm just being myself.
Peacock,
Just
like
being
spreading.
me.
He did talk about himself.
Yeah,
a lot.
he was on for like
But
15,
a lot of people
20
talked
minutes.
about themselves.
Not like this guy.
In his defense.
Not like this guy.
I know.
He pissed me off. I'm being myself. I'm just being
He's
myself
very
here.
cute.
He was kind of cute,
He's
and
very
he was kind of
handsome.
muscular with shoulders and went out like
Maybe
Popeye.
he just relates more to us girls.
And maybe it relates to us guys who are like jealous. But I
I
counted
think so.
in 2 minutes. I started marking off on my paper every time he said I, me, my, and mine.
Well, it was his story.
48 times.
It was history.
It was his story.
His story.
And it's his story all the time. Can you imagine being married to that guy?
Well, he mentioned that he mentioned that his when his wife was his girlfriend, she broke off with him. But we broke up with each other too.
Not because I
once or
talked about
twice.
myself all the time. No, because I was being myself. That's why we broke up. So I'm being myself on this podcast. In the future, I will revert back to being nice. But for this one, I'm going to be...
You're going to be yourself. You're
I'm
going to
gonna
be
be
your
myself.
ornery, jealous self.
Right. I'm going to be the old fart that I really
Also,
am.
in his defense, he had a really good, he had done a lot of really cool things. And he started his own
Damn him.
foundation. And
Fuck
he
him.
has his own.
Damn him.
I mean, come on.
Yeah, his own
Come
foundation.
on.
Right.
He's a hotshot
And I was like,
firefighter.
and I've got a foundation, and it's my foundation, and I raised a lot of money for a good cause, and I did
Exactly.
it by myself, and no
Exactly.
one helped me, and it was me. Me,
Jealous,
I did,
jealous,
I,
jealous,
me,
jealous.
my foundation.
He's a good-looking guy.
Yeah, you sound like Trump. But
Done
I don't.
a lot
I don't
of
wanna,
good things.
Trump is going to come up later in this.
He was
in this.
sharing his life story.
No, he's not.
There was some
sharing.
vulnerability there.
Yeah.
He didn't finish the
I'm
race.
so vulnerable.
He didn't
because
finish the race. That he, he
yes.
couldn't do it.
Yes, but I went for like 300 miles with a broken ankle.
He didn't.
But I couldn't finish it because.
He didn't.
Oh my God!
I think it was a
wanted,
collapsed lung.
Wanted someone else to win.
Maybe
but
that was somebody
I
else.
gave it up. I me.
So
me.
jealous.
Me.
Tisk, tisk, tisk.
All
Honey,
right, yep.
you're very
I'm-
handsome, and I love you. And you don't need to be jealous of that guy. He has nothing on you, babe.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Except, he had a foundation. I have no foundation. I mean, I have a foundation, but it's
I'm your foundation.
inside my pants.
Alan Winson. It's been so long since you've been crass.
I know. But today, I'm going to be me. I'm being me.
Oh, God,
Right,
we're back to
right.
the crass Alan.
Right. So
What-
that's
okay, so that
that's
was
the
my
thing.
takeaway, too, to be authentic. Absolutely.
Right.
That was.
Oh, really? And you're being authentic?
I think I am.
Right. Well, it's like if you were being authentic, then I'd be really pissing you off right now. No?
No.
All right. I've got to try harder here.
Yeah, really.
Right.
Gotta do more than that.
So, I really, part of me got really down at these conferences, these podcast conferences, and part of me was kind of got up and got confident.
Yeah. And what was the down
I'll
part?
go with the down part. That the fact is that a podcast to be successful, you got to have 100,000, 200,000 listeners.
Right.
Right?
Yes.
And so the 11 we had in China aren't listening to us anymore.
I know.
That's 11.
I know.
Do you know
It's a
how
loss.
many friggin' people live in China? Do you know?
I know. That's true. We should have really worked
They've
on
got like 1 billion people.
We should have started trying to take Chinese lessons.
If we were speaking Chinese, Barkra Radio, we are coming out from United
Yeah,
States.
that's really that will really engender your.
Oh, sorry.
If you give them that fake
I'm
Chinese
sorry
accent.
about that. Sorry, very sorry.
That really makes people love you.
I'm sorry.
You're bad. Okay.
Jerry Lewis used to do that all the time. He made a whole career.
But that was a period of time in our history
right.
when that was
I apologize.
considered funny.
I apologize to all the billion Chinese people.
Okay.
Every single one of them. Now it's 1,000,000,001. So I
Okay,
heard
good.
another baby cry. So the numbers annoy me. There was something other that annoyed, but it looks like it says butchering, but that's not what I wrote. I just feel kind of defeated. When Lara said it's like, no one from BCR has come and said, we heard
Oh,
about...
you mean this evening?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, all that stuff is kind of like, and then there were so many people that were at the podcast that, oh yeah, I've got 600 podcasts in the last 4 minutes.
No, that was one person, and
okay.
everybody applauded him. Like,
Oh, yeah.
what the F?
Boy, he was young.
And it was
because it's
just in a few years. He does 3 podcasts a week.
3 podcasts
But that's
a
what he
week.
does. That's what he does.
Who
That's
listens
his
to all
living.
that?
He's actually making a living from it.
I know, that depresses
You know what?
me.
What my takeaway from him is that he started getting sponsors, and I think we should go for it, babe. He started getting sponsors
Yeah.
when he didn't even have 100 people listening to him a week, because he said, and he told the spot, and he started out, and he said, he told the sponsors, he said, I think something like, I don't know what he took at the beginning, maybe $100 a show, and he said, I'm worth it. My podcast is worth it. And
$100, I would be in heaven if someone said, we'll give you $100 to stop. At least that's something. Will you please stop doing that damn bar crawl radio? I've had it. It's taking up too much of my time. I can't stop listening.
Let's try that.
Yeah.
Maybe we should go for that. Maybe we
Yes.
should go to people and say, give us $100 to stop.
And this is Bar Crawl Radio. If you don't like what we're doing, all you need to do is email us, send $5 in, and we'll think about stopping. How about that?
We need to set up. They also talk about.
And we won't
what's
kill
it called?
this dog.
Patreon page. What's it called?
Patreon, yeah.
Patreon page.
Yeah.
We could set up a Patreon page and say,
Right.
look, we're going to keep podcasting if
Until
you don't-
someone pays us. Right. Until we raise $1,000.
No. I'm not going down for a mere. I'm not starving for a mere $1,000.
What do you want? What do you want,
I want
sweetie?
$100,000.
$100,000.
I don't care
okay.
if it's $5 a pop.
We know how much you don't like Barcrow Radio because you don't listen to it. Well, you can really put us off the air. $100,000, $5 a shot. All the billion people in
We're
China,
going to set up our Patreon
they could do a
page
penny
tonight.
a shot. A penny a shot? What's a penny? A billion pennies?
I don't know.
Is that 100,000?
no
I think
idea.
that's 100,000.
I have no idea.
All you listeners in China are listening? A penny and we'll stop. You'll never not hear us again. That
You'll never not listen to us.
That's right.
Okay. You want to hear my takeaways?
Wait a minute, I didn't say what
I'm
makes me
done.
feel good.
Okay, all right.
But
Go
you do
ahead.
yours. You do yours. Your takeaway.
Okay, and then you'll say what
I've
makes you feel
spoken
good.
too much.
No, then you
Because
say
it's
what.
all about me.
We'll go back to
Me
you.
and my and
Okay, these are my takeaways.
yes.
Add space for service.
What?
So- this is what I wrote. Social media
That's
growth
like my
spots.
butchering thing.
Social media growth spots.
You have to explain it. You just can't read it.
But I have no idea.
You don't know what you wrote?
I don't know. I don't know what it
All right,
means.
say it and I'll interpret it
How
for you.
about this one?
All right, say it and then I'll
Okay.
I'll make up something.
Okay, you ready?
I'm ready.
I can't hardly say this.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm ready.
Back end business.
Back end business. Okay. When you do a business, I remember what they said. You don't want to walk forward into the business. You want to back into it. You want to go backwards into the business because you want to see who your customers are. I think that's what that is.
Here's one.
Okay, yeah.
Here's another note I wrote.
Yeah.
Wine, women, and revolution.
Ah.
Oh, I think that's the name. Oh, it's a name of a podcast.
Of a podcast.
That's what it is.
Wine-
And she's an activist.
Right.
And I really liked her.
Okay, I think you just opened up something. I brought in some cards
Okay.
of people that were Pat
No, but
Iyer.
I'm not done. Okay.
But I mean,
you
this
can
is
go
good.
back to it.
Okay, we'll go back to that. All right.
Create a book based on your content.
Well, that's
could
pretty obvious.
Transcribe everything we've said and turn it into a book, honey, and make money.
It should be a 5,000-page book of meaningless blather. Barcrow Radio in book form.
Live the Fuel podcast. Oh, that's another podcast. That's the Hot Shot Firefighter. Yeah, okay.
Live the fuel.
That's.
The fire is the fuel.
I think that's what I'm going to say. That's
Right.
my takeaway.
All right, I just want to mention some of the podcasters that were there. Lunch Duty Podcast.
Oh, that's Ken. He's a nice
that's
guy.
Ken, really nice guy.
He
has
lives
a-
near Barbara,
He
your
has
sister.
That's right, and we're going to have dinner with him when we visit.
Yeah.
He does a podcast on high school education.
It's
right.
He's a teacher,
Right.
and a bunch of teachers talk.
Right.
It's for teachers.
And there's the $10K dollar. Oh, this was interesting. $10K dollar day. I think what they did is they imagined, there's two women, imagine what they would do if they had $10,000.
yes, I like them. I
Yeah.
want to have them on our show. So they make up a fantasy vacation
That's it.
that they go on, and it costs $10,000. And then they talk about it, and they're comedians.
That's right.
And they were really
Allison
cute.
Burns and Lulu Picard.
Yes,
Right.
highly recommend. Well, I haven't
$10K.
listened
We
to
haven't
the podcast,
listened to it.
but I tell you what, I have been listening to
Yeah.
our friend, the Long Island History Project.
Chris
Really
Kretz.
Really good podcast.
Right.
I highly recommend
And
it.
he had a featured talk on the show.
He did,
I'm
and
kinda
it was
going
talk
through
was
this.
very good. It was very informative
Right.
and educational.
Uh,
we didn't say we talked.
Oh, we talked. We talked there
we
too.
we talked.
You know,
at the
how do you
conference.
how do you do a podcast at a bar like we're doing right
We
now?
presented.
Right. There's this one. Create my voice. Oh, this guy. No, I don't want to get. It's too technical. And then there's Heather Warburton, New Jersey Revolution. I don't know what that is.
Helen.
LaSalle University. Phoenix Fraser Badmus. She interviewed me,
Oh, right, yeah.
but not about podcasting. About
But
my
she's
I work
she's
with my students.
a podcaster in education.
In education, right?
Yeah.
And then, Pat Iyer, who we had on
Pat
the show.
Iyer, yes.
Right, she does a nursing. Nurses who testify in court.
Right, legal
Nurses, right?
Yeah.
Pat Iyer, we had her on, and then Karen Yankovic.
Yes.
That name is yearning for a joke, but I'm not going to say it.
Well, I think it was. Wasn't there somebody named Yankovic?
Yankovic, yeah.
That was
But Karen helps. She does business kind of podcast, so social media brand strategy podcast.
Right.
And so she did a whole thing on LinkedIn,
Right.
and she gave away free lessons to one person who gave her a card.
And guess who won?
Guess who won? Dum, 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 dum. Okay,
Ellen Winton.
there we go. It was a big win day for
Yes,
us.
and we did win something else.
And I
didn't
think we have to get to that.
Okay, not yet.
No, right now. We have to get to
Oh,
it now.
you're not going back to your your takeaways?
Well, I'll get to them because talk about what we won, and I'll my takeaways. Yeah, this is really off to good. What made me feel good?
What
That it
made you
takes a
feel good?
brand 5 to 7 years for it to actually catch hold.
Right.
It's only been 2 years.
So we still have time.
In 3 more
In
years.
3 more years, if we're still in the same
If we don't
place,
get every Chinese person
we're going to
listening
be
to the
so
show.
depressed.
Right. The second one you're going to talk about that I have here.
Okay.
There are actually ways of getting people to listen to your podcast.
Yeah?
Social media,
Oh, which is work that we need to do.
which work we
We
do.
need
So
to really work our social
we're
media.
not doing it, but we could do it, and
We
so
don't have
it's
time.
possible, and that kind of makes me feel good.
Hey, I posted
and-
something to Instagram just on my way here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and then I realized that we do good work. No one listens
Yes.
to us. We do good work,
Yes,
and our work is getting better.
it is. We've got some really good feedback.
Yes.
Yes.
We've got some good feedback from my sister and my
And
best
thank you
friend.
so much for everybody who is.
But other people too.
You didn't have to say that.
Yeah.
No, from others as well.
yeah,
You read it on our last
I did.
podcast.
I read it last podcast.
Yeah.
Okay, so something exciting happened at the conference.
Yes. So I don't know if you podcaster friends remember, but last year we went to the same conference
The
and
MapCon.
there was a little contest.
Yeah.
And in the contest, you had to come up with a podcast, and you only
And you
had
had 30 minutes.
and the podcast you had 20
20 minutes. to come
20
the
minutes to
podcast.
figure it out, and then 10 minutes we had to record it.
Right. This time we had to actually record
And
it.
the podcast
and then submit
had
it.
to be, it had to have an introduction and what they call an outro,
intro,
which
an
is
outro.
I guess that's like an outroduction. I don't know. And it had to have music, and you had to say. You had to use 5 words, which they
Right.
gave you in an envelope, and they were, non sequiturs, completely unrelated words, very strange words, and you had to use them in the conference.
Right.
And I guess you're going to play.
Well, the word was coil and punishment, and there was a number of different words.
I forget now.
Yeah.
Bush.
Bush. Right. And so
yeah.
we had to come up with this concept and then actually do it.
Right.
And then submit
And
it.
it was a competition. They had judges, and they voted on the best, team. It was a team of 4. Alan and I did it together with two other young men, younger than us anyway.
And yeah.
So
why don't we just play just the beginning of it, and then at the end of this particular episode, I'll put in the whole thing.
Okay.
All right.
But I guess, can we say who won?
Well, I thought you just did.
Did I say we won?
Yeah.
I don't think I said it.
Okay, we won.
We
And
won.
We won along
We won.
with
So our second year in a row.
second year. David O'Steele joined us this time, and Lou Hastings.
Yes.
Of the Red Road
Really
radio
nice
show.
guys. Very nice guys.
Yeah, and his show sounds very interesting. He
Yeah.
actually went out to Indian land and
Native American, yeah.
His is Red Road Radio Show, so we're gonna have to listen to that. So
Yes.
this is the beginning of the winning podcast
You're not
creation
gonna play the whole thing?
contest. I'll play it at the end. I'll play
Oh,
the
I
beginning
see.
now, but then I'll play the
Okay,
whole thing at the
okay,
end.
okay.
Because it's like 5.5 minutes long. So here it is.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Be Careful podcast, brought to you by Metamucil. Today's special sponsor is Poppies, makers of bubble wrap. Without further ado, your host, Mr. Fred.
Thank you, Buck. This is the Be Careful podcast. We live in a very, 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 very dangerous world. And who knows what's going to happen next? Someone following you? Someone looking at you in a strange way? What do they want? You've got to be careful. Oh! Is that something I hear? No, but it could be. We talk to people who have somewhat unusual positions. Today, we're talking to Penelope. She came into the studio. She's dressed in a provocative way, and she's a dominatrix. Penelope punishment. Welcome
Thank you.
to Be Careful.
Thanks for having me, Mr. Fred. You can call me PP.
Oh, yes. I like that.
Me too.
PP.
A lot of people like it.
And you have to be careful in the bathroom, too, you know.
Oh, how's that, Mr. Fred?
Well, watch that the flow is even
Oh, yes.
and that everything stays within the great circle.
Oh, yes. So you know about my work, do you?
I don't really. Tell us, who are the people that you work with?
Well, Fred, there are people that...
That was so much fun doing
It was so
this
much
podcast.
fun.
And I've been thinking about actually doing a podcast called Be Careful.
I know, and I think it's a great idea.
And we would talk with people who do dangerous things.
Yes, like race car drivers and
Rodeo riders,
rodeo-
right?
I don't know what you call them, Broncos,
Right.
Bucker.
And then about a
buckaroos?
third of the way through, I'd have their mother call and say, "Oh, Jimmy Joe, you know I don't want you to do that. It just breaks my heart every time I see you get on that horse.
Oh, Mom.
Mom, it's not a horse; it's a bull."
Mom, I've been doing this for years.
That makes me feel better that it's a
Yeah.
bull.
I have a feeling you're going to be disappointed. I think the moms would probably be. Isn't he great?
I think they will, but I think people be curious about people who
Yes,
do
exactly.
really, really dangerous jobs.
And why?
Yeah,
Like, that's the first question.
high
Why?
wire walker. I don't know how to get them. I wouldn't. But so if anyone knows how to find people who do
Dangerous.
dangerous jobs, or if you do a dangerous job, come to Mexicano Festivale. No, I'm sorry, Mexican Festival, and we'll work something out. So wait to the end of this podcast, and we will this episode, and we'll play the whole thing.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll play
I'm
the whole
excited.
thing. And you'll hear that.
Oh wait, you said now we were talking. You said you gave me an assignment.
I did.
So
We'll end on this.
the thing is that we were at a casino. Alan and I don't really care for casinos.
No, I find them very depressing.
They're depressing. I told Alan a story about a man I saw once with his family. They were separated by a little, kind of a half fence thing because the children couldn't go into the casino area. And the man was playing, on a slot machine. And I don't know, I had the sense that the wife was saying, honey, why don't you come back to the room with us and the kids?
Come back,
We're
yes.
hungry, won't have dinner.
Let's go for
and
a
there's
walk,
these little kids, they were little young kids just kind of sitting there holding on to the railing and
Yeah.
yeah, it gives
well,
me the heebie-jeebies.
I wanted to kind of stay because this casino, the rugs are gaudy, the lights gaudy, it's flashing all over the
Yeah,
place,
and what did you
it is huge. It goes on and on. We said you have to go through the casino to get to the food court.
The food court,
'Cause we
yeah.
just want to eat. We walked for miles
And
through this casino.
I started getting, what did you say? It was like claustrophobic.
Yeah.
But it wasn't because I was in a small place. It was because I was in this space that I just didn't want to be in with all
Yeah.
these flashing lights and noise and loud music. And,
And I
garish
hear
colors.
they do that on purpose because then it forces people to focus on the game they're playing, and because they don't want to look around. I started trying to watch a blackjack game,
Yeah.
and for some reason I didn't feel comfortable to stand there and watch it. I didn't feel like I should. I was watching one older woman. She was sitting in an isolated part of the casino because there's all these places where the what is it? Where they're playing slots. The slots where they
yeah.
press the button and these huge machines that are kind of like overhanging over you.
Yeah.
And she was playing the slot. She was in an isolated place. There was no one around her, and I kind of was. She was like she wasn't really there. She was kind of pressing the button
Yeah.
and looking, and her hand was kind of moving back and forth, and she was kind of this gray figure, you know. So
Yeah.
I came up with, and I put this in the notes, is remember in the SAT you would do this analogy game,
Right, yeah.
and you would say this is like that, just like
It's a
this-
ratio kind of thing,
Well,
yeah.
it's analogy.
An analogy.
Right.
Okay.
So I came up with gambling is like podcasting, and then I came up with 4 other things.
Okay.
And one of them I think is the best answer.
Okay.
Right. So gambling is like podcasting, and here's my choices. Like Donald Trump is like any other Democratic candidate. Right. I could be making these up. Detroit is like a parked car. That one's not so good. SpongeBob is like a dish rag.
Okay.
Cotton candy is like my mother's lemon meringue pie. So those are the choices.
Okay. All right. I kind of reversed the order.
Yeah.
I said podcasting is to gambling
Wait a minute,
casinos.
you didn't
I
get
thought
the
you
answer.
were finished.
No, which is the one that's the right answer? Gambling is to podcasting like
Okay.
Donald Trump is to any
Aren't they
Democrat.
all the right answer?
No, they're not. One is the best answer.
One's the best answer? Okay, read them again.
All right, I'm going to give you the one.
Okay.
All right. Like cotton candy is to my mother's lemon meringue
Oh,
pie.
okay. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And the reason is, to my mind, is cotton candy is really like, it looks good, it's flashy, but it's really nothing. There's no connection to anything. It kind of like is there and it's gone. My
Yes,
my
that's
mother's
good.
lemon
That's
meringue
good.
pie was all about relationship.
Yeah.
It tasted good.
and you
it-
enjoyed being together.
I enjoyed it, and it was about me being with her.
Right.
And to me, that's what podcasting is about.
Okay.
It's that thing in which you're.
You
the
always
thing-
dive deeper than I do.
The
That's
thing
good.
about gambling and podcasting is you lose money at both of them. Most of us do.
That's true.
So I mean, you could go that way too. Podcasting, most of us don't make money. Certainly we're not. So, yeah. So did you come up with an analogy?
I said podcasting is to gambling casinos, like
Oh,
kissing.
you went
kissing-
opposite. You went podcasting first.
Right,
And then
right,
gambling.
right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like kissing is to cutting your toenails. One is pleasant and the other's like disgusting.
I don't know. I like
Weird,
cutting my
gross.
toenails.
Well, maybe, this part of you likes gambling. I don't know.
No, I hate gambling.
So that doesn't work for you.
That doesn't
Okay.
work for me.
Podcasting
Podcasting
is to gambling
gambling.
casinos as Cabo is to the New Jersey shoreline.
Ah.
One's
See,
fun
but there are,
and entertaining, and the other one is kind
well,
of sad.
Maybe Atlantic City
The
shoreline.
Atlantic City shoreline.
Yeah, because especially where all the casinos are.
Yes.
Because it's kind of sad. I mean, it's a little beach.
You're at this really big hotel, and you look out, and there's the showboat of another era. That's really, I don't even know if it was open still.
Yeah.
It was, and then there's like downtown around the casinos. The homes are very run down, and yeah, it's kind of sad.
It's kind of sad. Cabo though has sadness too.
You're right. You're right.
Where we were in Santo de
Todos Santos.
Todos Santos, it also had a sadness about it.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
I didn't do
So
a
I
good
don't-
job at this.
I don't know if that would work.
Okay.
All right, so
But I like the toenails.
gambling
one.
is the pod. I do too, but I
Cutting your
like cutting my
toenails.
toenails. So
But I don't
I
like
know it's
watching.
gross, I
Okay.
know.
Okay. Okay. Here we go. Here we
Yeah,
go. I have
yeah.
it.
yeah.
Podcasting is to gambling casinos
Yeah.
as kissing is to watching Alan cut his toenails.
I go there. I'm with you. I'm with you on that. Or him cleaning his teeth. Yeah. I mean, I would go there.
There
with
you
that.
go.
Yeah. So this is Barcore Radio. We're here at Mexican Festivalano.
Mexican Festival.
Oh
a very
God, I
nice
gotta get a
restaurant
Mexican
on
festival,
the
right?
Upper West Side in New York City.
Very
If
good.
you
And
like Mexican food, you'll like this food here because it's Mexican.
they're not giving us anything. You don't have to be nice.
They gave us this spot.
They gave us
place.
this spot, right?
They gave us a location.
Oh wow.
Alan.
No, I know. Okay. No, they were very nice.
Bad.
But the
You
thing
are
is,
bad.
I'm
you're,
being
you're
myself.
giving us bad karma, you know.
All right. Well, I'm being myself. I'm sorry. I'm being myself.
You're very
All right,
authentic.
I'll revert back to being fake. We have a date to talk with the Kings Bay Plowshares 7, and I'm not being fake. I really want to talk to them.
Yes.
These are people who went on to the. Oh God, I forgot the name.
It's in Georgia.
It's a naval base in Georgia.
that has the Triton missiles.
Right, and they went
It's a
on it, and
federal
they've
base.
been under federal arrest now for over a year.
And
their
their trial is
is
coming
coming
up.
up in the.
They didn't get.
end
It
of
wasn't
October.
dismissed. They're
Right.
going to trial.
So we're going to go over to Mary House, which is one of the places that Dorothy Day got started.
Right.
And
The Catholic
they
workers.
serve the poor there.
Yes.
And we'll be We'll be recording on September 28th at Mary House with the Kings Bay Plowshare 7. Hopefully, we'll get 4 of them to show up. But we have other shows. Ambition Harper, who we ran into at the MapCon. will
Yes,
probably
he was
be.
fabulous.
He was fabulous. He's a nerdy rapper.
Yes.
He's the
yes.
nerdy rapper.
He's a really good
I love the
rapper.
one he did on Be
Poem.
Yourself.
He calls
and
himself a poet, though. I think.
he's a poet, but yeah, he
He is a
raps.
poet.
The thing he did on Urkel, I think, was great.
Yes. Oh, all of it. All of it was
I think
great.
Urkel was great. Okay, so that's it. That's all my notes. I have nothing else. Zero.
Nothing to say. Nothing else to say.
Yeah. So stick around, and you're going to hear our entire winning podcast, which is hilarious.
Alan's really funny.
I am.
True.
Me. I'm funny. I'm the fun. Me.
You are.
Funny,
Yeah.
funny.
Yes.
By the way, I'm going to start a foundation called "Give Me Money Because I Deserve It," and I'll use it for a good cause. Like
yeah, why can't you just start a foundation for yourself? I guess that's a Patreon.
there's people who do that.
Patreon page.
No,
All right.
people start funding for themselves.
All right.
Someone who runs this country did
Let's
that.
do it.
He did it, right? And we could do it too. If he could do it, gosh darn it, we can do it too.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to start flinging my cards around the
Okay.
Mexican Festival,
Are we signing off?
and we're signing off. And this is Barkrow Radio coming from Mexican Festival.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Be Careful podcast, brought to you by Metamucil. Today's special sponsor is Poppies, makers of bubble wrap. Without further ado, your host, Mr. Fred.
Thank you, Buck. This is the Be Careful podcast. We live in a very, 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 very dangerous world. And who knows what's going to happen next? Someone following you? Someone looking at you in a strange way? What do they want? You've got to be careful. Oh! Is that something I hear? No, but it could be. We talk to people who have somewhat unusual positions. Today, we're talking to Penelope. She came into the studio. She's dressed in a provocative way, and she's a dominatrix. Penelope Punishment, welcome
Thank you.
to Be Careful.
Thanks for having me, Mr. Fred. You can call me PP.
Oh, yes, I like that.
Me too.
PP.
A lot of people like it.
And you have to be careful in the bathroom, too, you know.
Oh, how's that, Mr. Fred?
Well, watch that the flow is even
Oh, yes.
and that everything stays within the great circle.
Oh, yes. So you know about my work, do you?
I don't really. Tell us, who are the people that you work with?
Well, Fred, there are people that need help. You could say they're incompetent at what they need or what they want to do. And I'm there to help them.
And what kinds of problems do they have? And when you help them, are you careful?
Well, I'll let you be the judge. One of my clients, for example, he has a big house with a huge
Big
hall.
house.
Yes.
A lot of problems happen with big houses, but go on.
Well, he takes a hard-boiled egg
Oh, my.
and rolls it down the hall
Oh, my.
towards me. And I'm sitting at the other end,
Yes?
and my legs, well, they are ready to take
To
the
cushion
egg.
the egg.
Yes, you could say that.
I'm happy about the egg, and I'm happy about the legs, because both seem to be okay. Let me ask you a question.
Yes,
Is the shell off the egg?
of course it is.
Oh, I feel so much better. And so when the egg and the leg come together,
Yes.
it's a cushioned thing.
Right. And then I have many guests. Many
Not too many at one
clients.
time, I hope.
Excuse me, Mr. Fred.
Yes, yes. This is Buck. Buck is my producer. Please.
Sorry to interrupt. I just
No
wanted
problem.
to ask, as the egg's rolling between the legs, is what cushions the egg? Is there bush or is it shaved? I hate to be so forward.
Well, I guess that you just have to be one of my clients to find that out, Mr. Buck.
Could I be one of your clients?
I don't know, Mr. Fred.
Would you be careful with me?
Are you incompetent?
Penelope, I have no idea. I don't deal with those kinds of large words. I could trip over them, you know?
If you're not, Mr. Fred there are punishments
Oh,
that you might have to endure.
I don't think this is going to work out.
Pardon me, Mr. Fred.
Yes,
Are
yes,
we taking
Buck,
calls
yes.
today?
Absolutely, we take calls.
I do have a caller on the line.
And tell us who is on the line, Buck.
Go ahead, sir. You're on.
Hi, I'm just calling in. I just got a question for the little lady there that's on.
Yes, go ahead.
I like to live life in the fast lane, little lady. And, I'm a race car driver by trade.
Oh.
So what I'm trying to do is not drive quite so fast in my private life.
I support that
How do
totally.
I slow down a little bit so that I don't overheat my coils and end up in the bushes?
I understand exactly what you're saying. And I could definitely help you with that, Mr. Race Car Driver. I have ways to slow people down. I would think that Mr. Fred would think that was appropriate, to slow down.
I think so. In fact, getting out of the car and just walking is probably the best option. Walking slowly, even walking backwards, so you know what's coming at you, because who knows? Things can happen.
You know, Mr. Race Car Driver, Mr. Fred will have my email available and we can talk.
Emails get pretty violent, and I don't deal with emails.
Is there a payment list on your website? Or...
Well, you know, it's funny. Payment is done the traditional way. The gentlemen just leave it on the side dresser.
Well, I think that's about it for the show, isn't it, Buck?
That's it, sir. You're
We
right.
don't want to do it too long because it may strain us. This has been Be Careful. Please, life is short. Why make it shorter by tripping on that crack? Or looking the wrong way and falling down that crevasse? Or yelling too loud? That's it. Be careful.